Perhaps you've never heard of the Black Cat track. It's not as famous as the Kokoda track, but it certainly deserves equal footing in our Australian war history because so many Australians perished there and so many stories of hardship and of the triumph of the human spirit. Let's go back to Jane Azzopardi for her full report.
Far from their comfort zones, pulled from opposite sides of Sydney. Before today, these young adults had only met a handful of times. But by the end of this story, they'll have formed a bond that you have to experience to understand. I joined them on their journey through the unforgiving Papua New Guinea jungle, traipsing over historic battlefields, ground that 70 years ago must have absorbed the spilt blood of hundreds of Aussie soldiers. But this isn't Kokoda, it's the Black Cat track. More than 700 Australian soldiers died in this jungle in 1943. A long, brutal battle that claimed more lives than Kokoda, but for some reason hasn't secured the same place in Australian war folklore. Two rival politicians, who also happen to be good mates, want to change that.
Some days on this track are as hard or harder than Kokoda. It's really tough, and there's a lot of people out there now who've walked the Kokoda track, but very few who've walked this track. And we need this story to be told, and we need more people to come here and walk the Black Cat track too.
With this one you get lots of surprises, landslips, tracks that don't exist anymore, villages that have moved.
That's right.
But that also brings a real freshness to this one. I mean, the reaction in the villages as you come through, and particularly to see the guys interact with the villagers has been one of the real joys of this trip.
They've chosen 11 young Australians from their electorates in Sydney's southwest and the Sutherland Shire to bring this story to life. Among them, 4 remarkable young women, 2 surf club chicks from Cronulla and 2 Muslim women from Auburn. It's 7 days of physically gruelling activity, but these 4 are out to smash the stereotypes.
I reckon we're as strong as the men.
We are. I think we're beating the men.
It's no Sunday stroll, a constant trek up mountains and down valleys along precarious ridges. The track hasn't changed much in 70 years. In fact, the remnants of war lie strewn among the roots and leaves, rusted scars that mark the landscape. Parts of the track are so overgrown, our local guides have to slash their way through and carve footholes in the earth. They string ropes for support and offer that helping hand and supportive phrase.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
As we inch our way along.
Gets better.
Day 3 is by far the hardest day on the Black Cat track, and it's made even more difficult by landslides in the area. But we're lucky we've got these guys, the legends. They're our version of the Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels, and they're helping us make it through each day.
Time, we learn, is flexible. 9 hours have turned into 12 as we struggle to find footholds in the dark.
It was a mental challenge just to keep pushing, and I knew that food was there, the bed was there, I just had to keep going step by step, slow step by slow step, and just finally got there.
Can you imagine doing it while being shot at?
No, I don't understand how they did it while being shot at.
These two have a better idea than most. Following the footsteps of soldiers past, 2 heroes of the present who've served in Afghanistan. Andrew Ellis is about to return for mission number 4. Last time he was there, he broke both his legs.
As we walk through, I try and think about how it would be to fight through this environment and just how tough it really is. You know, the stuff they did over months and what they endured through here is phenomenal.
Great amount of respect. I really feel for them, and you know, I'm really proud to be able to carry on the traditions.
This journey also has special meaning for Aidan Mitchell from Brisbane. His grandfather Jack fought on this track and still mourns the mates he lost.
My grandfather's probably my greatest idol in my life, so it's been very emotional for me as well. And the entire journey, I think I've cried at every village.
One of the highlights for all of us, arriving in the villages at the end of each day. Some of these adults have never left Australia before, and they're coming face to face with young Papua New Guineans stunned at the sight of so many white people in a place where they see a handful of Caucasians each year. But football and friendship are languages everyone understands, and Shire boy Mitch has the village children mesmerised.
Or Merriman. Merriman? Yeah, I'm not too sure what I said, but yeah. As we've walked and I've met, you know, a lot of the kids and a lot of the legends who have helped us along. You know, I've learned a bit about them and I think they've learned a bit about me.
What they all understand is the friendships they're forming here. It is, after all, called a mateship trek. And as they battle the elements, they're leaning on each other.
And certainly from day one, there have been individuals who have been very warm and generous, and you know, even if they're tired or whatever, will help out someone else and just give.
They're people that we don't really know. Like, this is the first time we're actually meeting these people, so yeah. It's the quality of Aussies, I reckon.
And after 7 days, we emerge from the jungle to a welcome sight, the beach at Salamoa, a moment of reflection.
You should be proud of yourselves, every one of you.
For us, the final leg might be the wettest, but it's certainly the easiest. A boat ride back to Lae, where the war cemetery marks the end of the journey for the more than 700 Australian soldiers who died on the Black Cat track 70 years ago. After walking in their footsteps and breathing in their stories, it's an emotional visit.
These are the men who gave their tomorrows for your today.
Every one of these young people will go home with a new knowledge, a new outlook and new mates. In part thanks to the hundreds of men they never met, who never made it home.
We are going home. Goodbye. 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 Our ragged track is over. We are going home.
Wow, what an experience. Great story. Soldieron.com if you want to donate. Now, Michelle Mahone